Good afternoon, everyone. It's 20 to 6 here on Friday, the 4th of March. Many of you will say that there's not much good about it. As you can see, the trends on VectorVest have moved savagely down. Trends in the London stock market are in the same situation, with the FTSE 100 index off, 3% on the day. So, if we have a look here at the breadth of the market has in fact declined to a VectorVest buy-sell ratio of 0.31, meaning there's 3,500 companies on a sell, only 1,100 companies on a buy. So folks, if you are a long-only stock trader, there is nothing to do apart from watching stop losses very carefully indeed in any remaining positions you may have. I have one position in the US, and that position is going well. That's CF. It's a fertilizer company, and that I've been sweating in for quite a long time. I bought it at 72.50, nearly stopped me out here, managed to get away with it, and now it's coming time that I think if I'd have been wide awake when it went to 90, I would have taken the money. Big number like that, but nevertheless I'm still hanging in that. I'll see what I do before the close of play. So that's been good. It's significantly undervalued on VectorVest, and when you do the simple things, folks, when you buy into a share that's trading below the VectorVest valuation, that's trending strongly. There's my 21 and 55 day moving average. It's on a VectorVest buy. And earnings per share is rising over the last 6 months. Forecast earnings per share has gone from 3 to 8. It's just so easy to make this much more difficult than it should be. But there are some areas of the market that are very exciting, and maybe for all the wrong reasons, I suppose. The first thing is the copper market. Now, I've been waiting on the copper market to break out of this darn consolidation for quite a long time, and it would seem to have done that in considerable style this week. And it's also broken through that last swing high, and you could argue that it's broken through this swing high, so that bodes well, and clearly that's war driven at the moment, but that bodes well for copper stocks. It should bode well for Italia Mining in the UK. It should bode well for Jubilee, that's got a low cost source of copper out of Zambia, and it should bode well for BlackRock World Mining Trust, which is my single biggest position. So that's something that's been quite interesting. The other thing that's interesting, of course, is the gold market, and the gold market sitting at 1960. It's had quite a week. And I have been waiting for a stronger pullback in this, and clearly the best ones never pull back. However, I have only one gold stock at the moment. That's Pan African Resources, and that's well up today on the back of this. I had another gold stock, but I'm so glad I got out of it at £11. That was Polymetal. I'm looking to add to this. As you can see, this consolidation in gold would seem to have emphatically broken now. So that is a development that's occurred today, especially in the copper market. So I'll be looking at in detail on Monday afternoon at the VectorVest Q&A. Now, if we go back to the S&P, that's the S&P, and this level of 4,280 odd is holding well. This is a 4-hour chart, and I've been short of this. Those of you that know my work will know that this is called an upthrust, and I actually shorted it right up there, and I shorted it yesterday, and got out of half just here, brought the stop up to entry, and the little bugger went up and by one tick stopped me out of the second half. What can you do? But it was a good trade. I made 39 S&P points on half the position, and today I in fact sold it down below this low. There's an inside bar there. I sold it below that low, and it went down. I took half off at that old low, And of course, what did the bugger do? It went right back and stopped me out on the second half of the position. But nevertheless, 28 points on half today and 39 points on half yesterday. So money's coming in, that's all that matters. And on these trades, I would have been tempted, if it had broken these levels emphatically, to have gone back into a full size of the position again. That's something that W.D. Gann talks about in his work, which is trading in and out of positions. Take a bit off as it hits an old high. If it breaks, or the old low in this case, if it breaks the old low, then go back into it again. A very useful chapter in his book, How to Make Money in Commodities, written way back in 1932. So below these levels, this can go an awful long way, but they're holding for now. So let's see what next week brings. Again, I'll say, folks, if you're a long-only position trader, I firmly believe it's too early to do anything. The trends are hard down on both sides of the Atlantic, and I know that sitting on hands is difficult. Last Friday, a week ago today, I got maybe about 30 emails from people saying, should they buy Polymetal? It's sold off. It's now on a dividend yield of 15. And it was trading, it had fallen from 10 or 11 to 650 at that stage. And I told them emphatically, no, it's falling. And what's happened is that the darn thing is now fallen to £1 something or other. So don't try and catch a falling knife. Let's let it turn. Only the most aggressive people should have been in the market here, and maybe they're still hanging in there. But the trends are down now, and the medium-term measure of the trend that I follow in both the UK and the US is still down, and that is known as the DEW market timing system, and that's the market timing system that I will use to stick my first little pinky back into this market. It will turn as sure as day follows night, but there's no sign of that today, ladies and gentlemen. In the UK, I have much more than 70% in cash now, and I'm watching stops very carefully indeed. Legal in general, I got rid of quite a bit of it because it had hit its stop loss. So lightened considerably, and I have a watch list prepared of shares that I will look at if and when the market turns. It's a matter of sitting this out. I think that the non-linearity of returns is particularly difficult for many people in this line of work. We're used to having a monthly salary, a monthly drawing from our business, and you find in the stock market that you make a great deal of money over a few months, and then for a few months nothing happens at all, and that's what we're going through now. Could take another few weeks for the bottom to come in, but it will come, as I say, as sure as day follows night. So wish you all a good weekend. I'll be going through the markets in detail, the stock markets, commodity markets, foreign exchange pairs that are pertinent to the stock market on Monday afternoon, 1:30. Anybody that's not a VectorVest member, if you would like an invite to that, then just email me, david.paul@vectorvest.com. Okay, all right. Doing nothing is much, much more difficult than it would seem. So just sit in those hands. Thank you.